Are you struggling with altering your conscious? Are you struggling with upping your vibration? Are you struggling with increasing your frequency? Well, I'm going to talk to you about 3 different ways today that you can alter your frequency. Welcome back. The 3 ways that you can alter your frequency, to put them in 3 distinct categories. The first way that one's frequency can be altered is through hypnotism. The second way that one's frequency can be altered is through meditation. And the third way that one's frequency or vibration can be changed is through biosync, or through implementing binaural beats to one's auric field. Let me break those down for you. The first one. First and foremost, let me break this aspect down for you to understand the physical aspect of what is going on with your physical body. You must understand how the brain operates. Just as you have 2 hemispheres of the brain, the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere. Within the left hemisphere of the brain, that dictates and that controls all of your external actions, processes, and things of that nature. The walking, the breathing, the talking, left hemisphere. On the right hemisphere of the brain, this is the subconscious. This is the hard drive, so to speak, of your programming. In this right hemisphere, this is the place whereby you can change the frequency. And in order to change your frequency, you literally have to find a way either to suppress the left hemisphere to access the right, or to bypass the left hemisphere and access the right hemisphere. Now, to give you a clearer understanding of how this is done, when we look at hypnosis first. In the process of hypnosis, what is done is the left hemisphere is suppressed and the right hemisphere is accessed. Let me break that down a little bit more for you. When you place a person under hypnosis, what you are doing is quieting or stilling the left hemisphere. And as a result of stilling and quieting that left hemisphere, you are able to access the right, where the subconscious dwells. And it is in the subconscious you have all these proclivities, all these habits. So if a hypnotherapist wanted to, say, get an individual to stop smoking cigarettes, for instance, he would have to access the right hemisphere. So what you find within hypnotism is the hypnotist will put the left hemisphere to sleep, so to speak, or still it or quiet it, and get direct access to the right hemisphere and place whatever suggestions or whatever information needs to be placed there, or change or alter what needs to be changed or altered there. This is one way of changing the frequency of the physical body. The second way of changing the frequency of the individual is through meditation. And what meditation does, unlike hypnotism, which suppresses the left hemisphere, meditation circumvents or bypasses completely the left hemisphere and gives you direct link and direct access to that right hemisphere. And it is in this place especially you are able to change and manipulate different aspects of your being, different aspects of your subconscious that will be able to manifest in the outer workings and the outer display of your personality and character. The third Now, before I leave meditation, you should understand that with meditation, you are changing, you are accessing the right hemisphere by going into the different frequencies. In your normal day-to-day movements, you are operating in a beta frequency. So what you do in meditation is you move from beta to alpha to theta. It is in the theta frequency that you are able to implement changes. You are able to access different dimensions, different planes, and different places within the inner space of self. The third aspect, or the third situation that you can use to change your frequency, is through biosync. Basically, this is a concept whereby you introduce what they call binaural beats, music that is recorded at a certain frequency, and within that frequency, one beat is going into the left ear, the other is going into the right. And in the midst of this, say for instance, if the left hemisphere of your brain is operating at a 30 hertz frequency and the right hemisphere is operating at a 40 hertz frequency, what the binaural beats does is it causes both hemispheres to fall into sync. And so what you'll find is the left hemisphere that is on a 30 hertz frequency would move into a 35 hertz frequency, and the right hemisphere, which was at a 40 hertz frequency, would drop down to a 35 frequency. And it is at this equilibrium, this point of balance, that one is able to increase one's internal frequency. And what you'll find is frequency in general, these three methods, whether it is hypnosis, and hypnosis is something that you can do to yourself. I may add that you don't need somebody outside of yourself to hypnotize yourself, believe it or not. These three methods, the hypnosis, the meditation, and the biosync methods, these are the three primary methods of changing your frequency, changing your vibration. And what you must be mindful of in the midst of frequency and vibration, the reason it is so important is because your mood or your emotions are able to tell you what frequency you're operating in. For instance, emotions like anger, depression, anxiety,